This isn't a pretty conversation, but it's a conversation I think we really need to have. These are some of the things I didn't know until after I was sexually assaulted. So when I was feeling at my most vulnerable and confused, I made decisions that I kind of wish had been different because I didn't have all the information that I needed. These are some of the things you need to do immediately after sexual assault to support yourself. 1. Find somewhere safe. Get away from your attacker, whoever they are, and find somewhere you feel physically and emotionally safe. 2. Tell someone you trust. This could be a parent, a friend, a relative, or a godparent. It's really important you have someone who you feel comfortable around and who you trust, who knows what's happened to you, who can go with you to appointments, the police station if you think you may report, and generally be there to support you while you're moving through this process of healing. You may find that some people don't respond in the way you'd like them to. They could disappoint you or hurt you in the way they react when they find out what happened to you. This isn't about you. It's about their own issues that are being triggered by what they're hearing. If one person doesn't give you the response and the support that you need when you tell them your story, tell someone else and keep telling people and asking for help until the right people hear you and listen. 3. Preserve forensic evidence. I know this is awful and all you want to do is shower, bin your clothes and pretend that this never happened. But if you think you may want the option of reporting later on, you need to wait. You need to put your clothes in a paper bag, don't brush your teeth, don't smoke, don't eat or drink anything. Forensic evidence can be collected now and stored so that later on, if you decide you want to report, it can be used to support your case. 4. The morning after pill. If you're a woman and there's even the slightest chance you could be pregnant, you can take the morning after pill within 72 hours of your assault. This can be found at most chemists, your GP, or a hospital. 5. Contact your local rape and sexual abuse support centre or rape crisis centre. These centres offer advice and information about the law and medical issues and can offer accompaniment to hospitals, clinics, police stations and even court. You can also self-refer for counselling and group support here. 6. Contact your local sexual abuse referral centre where you can seek medical attention and have forensic evidence collected by a female sexual assault examiner and have it stored for later on. If you don't have one of these locally, you can go to Accident Emergency and they will have a sexual assault examination trained nurse available. It's really important to know that at no point during this process will you be pressured to report, and you can refuse any part of the exam that you feel uncomfortable with and say stop at any time. 7. Choosing whether to report or not. Don't make this decision for anyone other than yourself. Your priority is your own healing right now, and you don't need to feel like you owe it to other victims to report. So don't let anyone manipulate you into making a decision that doesn't feel completely right for you. When you're making this decision, think about whether you feel like you're capable of going through the reporting process without re-traumatizing yourself right now, but also think about how you would feel if you didn't report and this did happen to someone else. 8. Legal aid and advocacy. There are charities and organisations that offer free legal aid to victims of sexual violence and advocacy if you need someone to go along with you to appointments or support you through the reporting process. Rape Crisis and Survivors Trust have loads more information on their websites if you think this is a service you might be interested in accessing. 9. Remember you don't owe anyone anything, so make the choices that are right for you during your healing process.